Good morning to you too, Conrad.
Welcome back to America. How was the flight?
Okay. Think airplanes are starting to lose their glamour for me.
That was fast.
Transatlantic is no joke.
It gets less funny by the year, trust me. So, what's the luggage situation?
Under control. Wasn't in a shopping kind of mood, really.
Alright, that'll make things easier.
Easier? I hope you're just talking about fitting everything into the car.
Oh, that too, sure.
I don't like the sound of this.
Don't worry so much. There are some things we need to go over, but that can wait until you get through customs.
Just keep it short, okay? We're not in a rush, are we?
Well, just get through customs first.
Okay, hold your horses.
Celia, you got company. Look sharp. Switch to your earplug now.
Excuse me, miss. Could you come with us, please?
Huh? What's going on?
You've been selected for a repatriation interview. This way.
The hell is this?
Don't panic. You were in Italy to track down Redmond on my dime, got it?
What?
You may have found him too, only his name is Pavoni.
Okay, I hear you.
Well now, Miss Kowalczyk.
So, you know my name, huh? I never did believe in random checks at the airport. You got no right to hold me like this.
I can assure you that the rights of tattooed Americans are not being infringed on here. I am Agent Aikida, and... Excuse me?
You sure ain't CBP? So who are you an agent of?
Don't get in her face too much yet. There'll be plenty of time for that later.
Of course. I work in an interdepartmental task force out of Quantico. Quite a mouthful, isn't it?
And don't let her fool you now. She's a lot smarter than the badge lets on.
I'd like to ask you some questions concerning your movements in the last year.
Sure. I mean, if I can help with anything.
Now, this trip to New York 4 months ago, can you tell me about that?
Sure. I was there to meet up with my boss, Conrad Paulson. We're security consultants. He's the one who sent me to Europe, too. It was kind of screwy, to be honest.
We'll talk about Europe in a bit, but how do you mean, screwy?
See, there's this guy, or I guess most people would call him a myth. Redmond.
Redmond. Now there's a name.
Ah, see? The power of branding.
The boss has some wild hair up his ass about the guy, so he sent me to find him.
Colorfully put. So tell me then, did you find this Redmond?
Can't say for sure, really.
I agree.
What? Are you kidding me? So I met with the boss in New York for a conference. This is going to...
There you are, Sue.
Time to face the music. Hey there. Conrad Paulson. My mental sorry.
Let's talk. I've been meaning to...
It's pretty incredible how much Vegas has changed in just under a...
Anyway, the buyer.
It's a funny story, actually.
Funny, yeah. About $500,000 worth of funny, I hope.
Let's take this from the beginning. I did a bit of research on our charming Mark, Bogdan Losev, also known as the Moose, former Russian mob, currently a law-abiding businessman and a collector of vintage motorcycles and cars. He's gone legit for real. The good news is that getting in was a breeze. When I arrived at the villa, the gate was open, but one of Bogdan's goons was blocking the way.
I gather getting past him wasn't a problem.
Nah, piece of cake.
Hold it right there. Where do you think you're going? You trying to sneak in, hoodie girl?
I have a delivery for Mr. Losev for the party.
Go on in, then.
You just waltzed by him, just like that.
Just like that.
Now, maybe you should mentor me.
Hey,
What?
come on, we have to check the bike.
Oh, shit, man. All right, I'm coming.
There was a huge crowd at the entrance. I wasn't dressed for a party, so I chose another way in.
Oh, crap. Piece of shit door is stuck again. The rail's bent, I'm telling you.
Who cares? It's not like someone's gonna sneak in here.
I'll stay by the car then.
Suit yourself. I'm gonna go check the bike.
Nice of that door to get stuck like that.
Don't sneak around in the dark like that, man. Could have shot you.
The bike's fine.
Getting around those geniuses wasn't too hard. They weren't expecting trouble. I started making my way towards the workshop in the back corner of the garage. It looks like Bogdan got his old biker buddies to handle the security. goons had the bike key, so I had to pick his pocket.
Don't sneak around in the dark like that, man. Could've shot you.
The bike's fine.
Getting around those geniuses wasn't too hard. They weren't expecting trouble. I started making my way towards the workshop in the back corner of the garage. One of the goons had the bike key, so I had to pick his pocket. Getting past the goons in the garage wasn't a problem. I just had to avoid the lights. The workshop door was locked, but I could have picked that lock with a piece of wire. There it was, just waiting for someone to ride it into the sunset. One of the goons had the bike key, so I had to pick his pocket. The bike was in pristine condition, like it was 1958 and it had just rolled out of the shop. So I hopped on.
I'm really supposed to believe that?
Yeah, that's how it went down, but
I did have someone keep an eye on the house when you went in, you know.
should have known. So, busted, I guess.
Yep. Let's...
I went to Case Bogdan's place during the day. I needed to figure out a way into the house. Borrowing a catering uniform or pool service clothes was one choice.
Turns out it's just me on the Losif job. Marcia couldn't make it. No. Yeah, I have her gear and clothes here just in case she shows up. I can handle this. All right, bye.
I've had enough. You keep your crap job, you witch. What? Uniform is on the counter. Have a nice life. Not.
I don't pay you for standing around. Can't you do anything right? Didn't your mom even teach you the basics?
Minimum wage, bitch.
The garage was empty, so I could explore it at my leisure. It was likely a place for the bike in the evening. Bogdan had a workshop at the back of the garage. It was a safe bet the bike would be there in the evening. There he was, the man of the house.
Oh yeah, he's a lovely character.
Bogdan was overseeing the preparations for the night, not suspecting anyone was following or eavesdropping on him. The catering uniform gave me access to most of the house, provided I didn't run into the company manager. One of the biker guys tried to look casual, but he was clearly keeping an eye on the hired help. He was Bogdan's bodyguard, security chief, or whatever. I decided it was better not to.
Nice ink.
Thanks. So he kind of paid attention to me.
Celia, not covering your tattoos was sloppy.